Line and go through some tight squeezes today, so we have to keep going, brakes and speed all inside the tram at all times, and no standing while the tram's in motion. About right over there, the new Daytona Rising, the new recreation of the front stage to the city area. Started here in 2013, finished in 2016. Been some $400 million over renovations I've been seeing. We'll show you what $400 million is when they can get up there for the year. We're going over what we call Wilk Road. This is an emergency access area granted to us on race day for emergency equipment that may need to access the top of the racetrack. We're going to work our way from turn 4 over to turn 3. We'll go down the back stretch a little bit, and we'll come back to the corner down the front stretch. As we make our way around, I'm going to let you hear a little information from a guy that knows this place pretty well. He's a 3-time Daytona 500 champion, a 4-time Cup champion, and here now on Sundays on Fox. Here's Jeff Gordon.
Hi, this is 3-time Daytona 500 champion Jeff Gordon. I'm pleased to welcome all of you to Daytona International Speedway. Nearly 60 years ago, a small-town auto mechanic named Bill France Sr. dreamed of creating a racetrack that was bigger, faster, and more exciting than any before it. In the ensuing decades, his belief in big dreams transformed Daytona International Speedway into the world's center of racing. Synonymous with names like Petty, Earnhardt, and Allison, Daytona International Speedway has captured the imaginations of the millions who have set foot on these hallowed grounds. Now, Bill France's dream has taken yet another step forward with the reimagination of this American icon, blending the modern amenities that today's sports fans demand with the heritage that race fans expect from Daytona. As 2016 saw the closest finish in the history of the Great American Race, it not only conjured memories of Johnny Beauchamp and Lee Petty's 3-wide photo finish in the inaugural 1959 Daytona 500, but reminded race fans everywhere that a reimagined race experience hadn't changed the core of what Bill France envisioned decades ago. Welcome to the World Center of Racing.
All right, see the vast amount of space we got here inside the walled areas of the racetrack itself. You see the racetrack in the infield comprises about 180 acres of property. The total now we have is around 500 acres, which includes the racetrack, the infield, the grandstands, area behind the grandstands. And a big chunk of property we'll see at the tail end on the other side over there where we have our corporate offices, our archives facility, our race day parking, and the new entertainment complex. Right, as we make our way around, see the unusual design, big design, 2.5 miles around the outside portion for stock cars. It's a unique design. Those are oval harnesses and trail. It looks more like a D configuration. Back straightaway here, totally straight, but as you'll see, you can make a way down the front stretch. It's a big curve. Turn forward, turn one, looking like the front of the D. The reason and rationale for that's rather simple. It's a huge International Airport. Here, well before the early on Speedway, it's here training pilots back in World War II. After the completion of the war, they back to being our everyday airport. Now it's been ever since, so that was our neighbor here on the south. And a little later, when we get to the other side of the track, we'll see a piece of property. It used to be the old Daytona International property where they raced pretty out racing here from the 1940s until 2004, when they moved down the road over here, lined up a couple of miles, opened up a big facility. So with the neighbor on the north, neighbor on the south, the only way to put a 2.5 mile racetrack in between was to go as far south as we could, with a straightaway, see? And then on the other side, build the racetrack in such a way that there's the Pinnacle property that's providing us with that trail configuration, synonymous with us at Daytona and our sister track in Talladega, Alabama, that was built about a decade later. Well, we make our way onto the backstretch here. We're actually going to go up on what is part of the road course. It's called the chicane or the bus stop. There's actually 2 different courses here. The 2.5 mile, of course, for stock cars. There's a little 1 mile course we'll see over here to my right in the infield. It connects to this to become a 3.6 mile course when they combine the two together. Pretty much for stock cars, so sports cars, motorcycles, and World Karting Association events. Although we've had 3 stock car events here over the last number of years, 2 moved from coverage, one from California, the other from New York. 2.5 years ago, the Busch Clash was held here on the road course. We're going to make our way down the back stretch here a little bit. It's 3,400 feet long, and which the banking. That gets the water off the racing groove and down where we are, which is called the skid pad, as being one of the fastest portions of the racetrack. So you got a little time if they have problems to correct themselves before they get to that inside wall. The metal structure in front of us on my right over there, that is now corporate signage, but it was a portion of the old super shed or the Maximus grandstand. Started those in 1994 with about 4,000 seats. Through the years, added up to some 46,000 seats. There's the other speakers out there in 2015. But they took them all out, took them to the facilities across the United States. So now all of our seating is there to my left. You see, we'll be a little later for the Daytona rising. We started construction here in 2013. It went a little more than 8/10 of a mile long. They took a little bit off each end to make it a little bit less than 8/10 of a mile. But they followed on the pier level. Previously, it didn't go all the way to the end. Now it does. So 15 stories high, the very top. Each one of those seats is about 4 inches wider than the other seats on up over the full-leg roof. Although we have a lot of space, we didn't have a lot of numbers. 1,000, 1,500. So the walls of the back stretch is about 547 miles down to 105. It's really only affected one race, the Daytona 500, which now, the last 10 years, the configuration has been We're actually paved area, you can see. A few months ago, this day, because we had the Coke 400, a lot of accidents happened over there. Had it been grass and put the cars a little easier. On my right over here, there's first and four Sunoco towers around the racetrack. This one being in turn 3. If you look right between the signs there, you'll see a couple of seats. That's not a bad place to watch a race from up there. That's where working officials will be on race day. In this case, responsible for turn 3 to make sure no debris is on the track, any oil, gasoline, parts off vehicles, accidents, anything of that nature happens. They'll call race control, make them aware of it so they can put out a caution, slow the field down, and do whatever's necessary to get it back to full speed racing. Well, it's about 3,000 feet from the entry of turn 3 there behind us, to the exit of turn 4 where we're headed. So we spent a little more than a half a mile up on that 31 degrees of banking, or about a third of the way to perpendicular. Double yellow line, as you see here at the base of the banking, up to the top of the wall there, that's 42 feet. That's the racing crew. We've got a race between the yellow lines and the wall. Where we are is the apron, where you merge into the speedway, get off of the racetrack, and the grass over here to my left, go all the way up to the top of the track there, some 44 feet high behind the back of that white wall. So racing, you're coming in here about 195 to about 200 miles an hour, 2, 3, sometimes 4 wide. Going to what is the equivalent of a 4-story building, angled at 31 degrees. Typically, they don't have any problems. They get together and end up in the tunnel wall up there. Fortunate for them, that is what they call the safer barrier. Safer stands for steel and foam energy reduction. That was a safety system installed here in 2004. The inner wall closest to us there is about 4 feet high. It's hollow steel tubing. There's about a 2-foot gap from there back to the old concrete wall that's been here for decades. In between, you can see where they place a series of foam panels. So if the driver gets in the first wall, it'll flex and give, take away energy, and the concrete foam will compress to take away some more energy, and then finally into the hard concrete wall. A safer barrier was designed by engineers at the University of Nebraska. It's now required in every racetrack that does have a NASCAR sanctioned event. Just in the corners and the inner walls and straightaways, but you can see now both the inner and outer walls around the entire racetrack are now in the safer barrier. As we come out of turn 4 here, you're seeing the same view that every driver's seen since 1959. Although we repaved the surface twice, back in 1978, we added 2 inches of asphalt to the existing surface. In 2010, they took everything out, went down to the lime rock base to repave it. It was the equivalent of paving about 33 acres of property. It cost right at $20 million, so it should be in good shape for some years to come. Another skid pad, as you can see here to my left, the skid marks, so they have problems going down towards the start-finish line. Inside the smaller wall there, you see those yellow open garages. There are 30 of those. Those are the overflow garages for the Monster Energy Series when they're here for the Daytona 500. At the very end, you can see a fenced area and a railing. That is where they have the first of the inspection process. As part of the fan zone experience was explained in there. You stand where that railing is and watch. They'll have a big tent there, and they'll bring the cars in and do what is called the test just for the size of all the cars themselves. They used to have big metal structures going over it to show the design of the cars. Now they use lasers to do the wheelbase, the height of the car, the height of the spoiler, the angle of the spoiler, the A-frame, B-frame, C-frame, make sure everything fits tech before they release it. And behind the larger wall there are 44 enclosed garages. We'll get a better view of those in a little while when we ride on the other side. It's part of the fan zone experience. Walk through that B area and look at and see the cars as we'll show you. Pit Road here to my left. If you're here on race day, you'll take that left and go down Pit Road. About 55 miles an hour for that 1,600-foot ride through. We're going to come back the other way so we'll explain more to you on that. But you see the yellow line there to my left called the commitment line. Once you cross that, you're committed to go down Pit Road. Here to my right, double red lines on the wall. And at the end of the orange strip, there's a single red line. We're right in the middle of the Geico restart zone. This is where the leader is responsible for starting or restarting the race between the two. When they have about a second line, it's not a problem. But haven't happened yet where somebody hadn't restarted. About 3,800 feet here for the front stretch compared to 34 on the back. Because of the curved nature of the track itself, with the apex of that being close here to the start-finish line. We'll come to a stop. If you want to exit onto the track, you're welcome to. Two things we ask: please don't go out on the grass. Getting it ready for the SCCA. We've got some fertilizer in and some other things working there. And if you do go up on track, just be careful. 18 degrees of banking, probably a little steeper than what you're used to. Anybody wants me to take a picture of your group, let me know. I'll be happy to do it. Get you out, tell you a couple things about the track, continue down towards the one, and then we'll be over there to that big black building here in a few minutes. Well, you see the grass over there that separates Pit Road from the racetrack is used for a variety of different purposes. They'll have a temporary stage on race day. They'll have concerts. They also have driver introductions there. And of course, back in March, as many years have happened for so many years with this, when they have motorcycles here, they have the Supercross there, where they had last year about 340 dump truck pulls of dirt to build the jump for motorcycles. After that's over with at the end of that week, they try to level it down the best they can. And then they have the Daytona 200 motorcycle race on the track. After that is over with, they continue to lay it down, put grass seed plug, and get it up for upcoming events, just like the Coke 0400 here about 4 weeks ago. If we're a stock car, we're going to stay on the outside of this yellow line. We got to stay here and run. We'll go all the way down towards turn 1 and 2, straight ahead of us. But if we're a sports car motorcycle or World Bike Association bid, we're going to take this big hard left-hand turn into what we call the in and out, the entry and exit to the road course. You'll see it again from the other side as we make our way down. But they'll come in here. We can go in that smaller road here on the Pit Road is where they'll go in. Go to the left side of this white wall. We're going to go to the outside of that white wall, make this big hard left U-turn, head down to what we'll see called the International Horseshoe or Pedro Rodriguez turn. Down the very end down there, they'll turn around, come back on the far side of the grass over there where the tire barriers, or past the tire barriers over the wall, work all the way to the west horseshoe there directly above us. Turn around down there, come back towards us, and then they'll exit here between the tire barriers, go up this chute, up to the racetrack, another left, and around to do the 3.5 6-mile course. Directly in front of us, the first 40,000 seats that we completed here about a year prior to the opening of the overall facility. Finished these in January of 2015. We finished the entire facility here January of 2016. Wanted to make sure that the last year of construction, they never missed an event due to lack of seating. All right, just part of the safety equipment is here for not only the races, but we had Welcome to Rockville concert here this year. We've also had triathlons. We've had antique car shows. We have a big one coming up here in November. The big white area there, the rectangular area, that is one of the 4 jumbotrons we'll be talking about. And the big black area next to it with a triangle, that is the one of 2 sport pylons. One here on the other end of the infield here to show you where the position of your car is. This yellow line, of course, corresponds to the yellow line we saw on the other end of Pit Road. This is the exit for speed line. Between here and the other yellow line is where they measure their speeding on Pit Road. 10 boxes, all equal size. You get an entry and an exit for each box. They know the distance, they know the time, that we calculate the speed. Staying under 60.0, you've done it perfectly, but if you want it 60.0 or more, you get to come back and do it again while everybody else is doing about 200, you're driving through here non-stop. We're now stopping at 55. It was also almost a lap just to drive through. About 60 feet from the grass to the pit stalls. They're all in concrete rather than asphalt to give you a little better traction. And notice no 13 pit stall. 12 and 12A. 13 is considered to be unlucky, so there is no 13 pit stall. Chevrolet now leases the Daytona Experience. Up at the last area, the second level up there, that used to be the old pre-race television broadcast area. And down in the grass, you can see what the little monument is, indicating where the old victory lane was from the early 60s until 2004, when we moved to this big black building here to my left. No time to stop, just exit here with the doors there. I'll show you where to stand. I'll get your pictures there in front of victory lane. And I'll tell you about this building and the building across the way before we reboard the tram. Go back through the infield and eventually up to the seating structure. So again, come to a stop, exit here to my left, follow me and I'll get your pictures. On the racetrack back to these garages, you'll like the take place the day before the Daytona 500, the day before the Coupe Zero 400. And we use it for other things, the ARCA series, the Rolex 24, the motorcycles, World Karting Association, Sports Car Club of America, Historic Racing Series, Porsche, Ferrari, all up in here during the last year. So right over there, the big metal frame you see, that is a 80 by 40 television screen that goes to the fans on race day, and behind it, the stairs leading up to the pit road patios. They'll have a tarp over the top. They'll have tents down below, so you have food and drink once the race is behind pit road. The four doors here in front of me, soon to be on my right, that is the Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company, where they mount the tires for this end of the pit road. The recycling area where all the oils and such are recycled during and after the event. And the Sunoco fueling station, where they fuel the portable tanks that go to the garages and pit road. 98 octane with 15% ethanol racing fuel. If you look straight across the track over there to my right, you can see the tail of the Delta Airline jet over there. See how close the runway is, as you can see from the sand. Also, these yellow lines indicate going into the fence. They unload the cars out of the haulers here. The International Horseshoe you see in front of us with a big U-turn there. Slowest portion of any part of the track here, where they make that U-turn, head back towards the other end of the track itself. Now we're going to work our way behind the building we were just in. Show you a little bit of the fans on without having to walk through the facility. You see as you make the turn here, another big metal frame. That's another 80 by 40 television screen that goes to the fans, but also a 40 by 20 screen coming back into what's called the fan zone. This is a little additional tickets you can get on race day and be able to walk in here, or drop you off over here to my right, but we'll see a little later. Walk inside, on the other side of this blue fencing, you got a band stage where they have live band concerts. They also have driver introductions or driver interviews there where you pass microphones out and people can ask questions. Behind it, you can see the red building you cannot see is the Budweiser Bistro. It's up to your drink. Those little stands like that where you get food and drink. The yellow building with the white doors, that is the second part of the inspection process. You have the template measurements on the end, and now here you have tech inspection where they have the weight of the car, the compression of the engine, the other tests you can watch. And the garage is there. We saw from the backside, 44, 22 on each side, a big V. Walk in, look in the windows, watch the drivers work on their cars. They got a pass-through at the bottom there where you can get a hat or a program in, get it autographed. Also here, as you come out, you can see this big concrete area we're driving over. This will be a big tent, typically on race day. So they'll have souvenirs, hats, shirts, and jackets. So we're going to talk about the camping here and the numbers that drive those here on race day. The numbers of race day. Starting over here straight in front of me, it seems to be on our left, is the drivers and owners lot. This is where they'll have their motorhomes here for about 8 to 10 days during the Daytona 500. They have water, cable, electricity. A lot of the drivers have small children, so you see they got a playground over there, a basketball court behind it, and back in the corner of that white building is a state-of-the-art health and fitness center where you can work out. Walk across the road to the left over there and into the garages. And the gray building to the left with the red, white, and blue line, that is the Advent Healthcare Center. That is a state-of-the-art health and fitness here located inside the facility. Drivers and, but of course, any driver who has an accident, a mandatory checkup, typically they'll be released. But if you can't treat them here, they'll drive them home. that you'll see at the very end of the tour, and when they built the speedway. See that white building with the red roof and the two towers, the white flashing light? That is Halifax Healthcare Center. That is a level 2 trauma center, only about a mile away. You have to go. Of course, we generally don't have to go there because we do have a state-of-the-art facility here. We can do pretty much anything. Directly in front of us, first the Coca-Cola signs. You see, this is where they'll drop off people here on my left for the trams to bring people in from outside. And right in front of us, building 237 is the Boardwalk Club. This is amenities package for some upscale camping. What's located behind it is we'll be telling you about, because on race day, pretty much 80-85% of this infield is some form of camping. I wish the vast majority of that's motorhome camping and driver numbers of it will be. And on my right over here, you can see the concrete walkway. There's one here, one behind us, that all lead down to that fan zone we just drove through. Also there to my right, you can see the asphalt area, which is a variety of things. You'll have vendors there with merchandise, you'll have food trucks, you'll have some automobile parking, as well as some RV parking to take place there. And of course, here to my left, Lake Lloyd. Lake Lloyd is a byproduct of the building of the speedway, because when Mr. France looked at the property, he had to have a piece of property big enough for a 2.5-mile racetrack, but he also had to have the soil ability to build the 31 degrees of banking in the foundation. They did that by pulling about 1 million cubic yards of dirt out of the area over there. They did a pretty good hole. They didn't take long here in Florida to fill up the water and become a 44-acre lake. They named Lake Lloyd for Jason Lloyd, who was a Buick Cadillac daily here for many decades. Instrumental in helping the speedway get built, so does Lake Lloyd. 2004, they wanted a little more land, so they built a lake in over there. It went from 44 acres to 29 acres. And in doing so, they acquired that land that you see there to my left, the paved land, which is the Geico Red Premium Camping. Camping there for about 180 motorhomes that have water and table, electricity, bring you to the racetrack. Now kids go to the Boardwalk Club where they have an air conditioning closed area, and people go around back and dock out over the lake. All those long areas in the water, you see there, there's not water electricity, but all these here and all the way back where do not stepping for the race day. So much so that between the camping here and the outfield and the stands, you'll get about 180,000. And when you take into consideration our employees and managers and people in the suites and such, we're around 200,000 people here, making us one of the largest cities in the state of Florida for a day or two anyway. So to my right, the West Horseshoes, you see, when they come down here, they'll make this big hard U-turn, go down to the right over there where you see the numbers counting down to show getting into the corner there. We'll take that hard left by the tire barriers, go out on the racetrack. One more left, and they're over here to my left, going through turns 1 and 2, so an ideal area to watch any of the road course action, because you kind of got the best of both worlds right here. In addition, many of the races that take place now are under the lights. It all started back in 1998 with the installation of lights here. If you look on the outside of the track, either behind the seated areas or the corners, you'll see 174 light poles, each having anywhere from 4 to 12 1250-watt bulbs to light the exterior portion of the track. And then the interior is illuminated by those metal boxes down there that you can see. 288 of those. Each one of those has a 2,000-watt bulb in it. It actually shines right to the back of the box. It's a big mirrored image. Reflects the light on the speedway and away from the driver's view. Built by a company called Musco Lighting out of Iowa. It costs about $5 million to illuminate the place. But because of the sheer size of it, it's the largest illuminated sporting event we have here in North America. As we make our way through the larger of the two colors, of course the other one you'll see at the end of the tour bill when we built the speedway in the late 50s. Going through the larger colors are going to be about 35 feet up the track. That's why underneath it is the go bridge. So about 5 lanes deep, about 4 feet short. I was able to put a person on the wall so I could make so that you could press some of the remember the knowledge down over the last 6 years later. Look at the very last picture on my right. You're going to see 3 white cars going to start this one. This is the very first. They come out of the way of it. That is Williamson Boulevard. You go up there, to the left, go about 2 miles to I-4. Take a right, go about 3/4 of a mile to I-95. Of course, you can see the jet, how close it is over there to the back of our property. As you take off there from the airport, you'll see. And there's about 7.5 acres of parking over there. Friends on a race day for camping, they camp there. And where that white wall is, you see the Daytona flat track. That is a 3/8 of a mile dirt track that we have here for motorcycles during different types of racing acts. The Slippery here, the World Karting Association is here. They've been here for many decades to race there. And of course, in March, the motorcycles are here for the bike week. We actually have a dirt track motorcycle races that take place there. We'll get the gate 33 open here, so we'll make our way behind the city. Look to my right over there, about halfway up the seating structure. See where the upper half of the seat cover up the lower portion. And the lower portion is about as far back as the old days. See, you'll have a new construction jutting out into what used to be the baseball property here to my right. In the middle of those palm trees is where the old Greyhound track was for all those years. Now we use this as a staging area. They'll have fencing set up here, take trains in here, take people up, go down to the fan zone where we were regarded. To my left over here, part of our 88 parking, and part of our first parking here. And on my right over here, the first of 5 fan entry areas, the advent tailgate as you see. And those boulders are, there's actually a waterfall here on the race day. And the road that we're on now, on days like today, well, there's not a whole lot going on out here in cooperation with Advent Help. It's fitness trail. People come out here in the morning, walk from here to the other end of the structure and back, and show you the signage, how far you've gone in that 1.5 mile walk. On race day, this is a pedestrian walkway up to what we call the midway. On the front here would be vendors that have the merchandise, food trucks. They'll have portable bars, so if you like to have a nice cool creek cut in the shade, this is one of 3 Florida Power and Light solar pavilions throughout the property. However, that's just a portion of the 7,000 solar panels that collect solar energy on a daily basis. Putting back online, this is Florida Power and Light. On the right over there, you can see the Chevrolet gate. A couple of Chevrolet creatures going into the gate in the back of the vehicle. Plus, because of the weight of these grandstands, the architects had to take into consideration they were going to make them from 7 inches between turn 4 and turn 1 due to the curvature of the earth. Plus, a lot of steel used in approaching this facility. It amounted to 1% of the entire United States steel.
Wow.
You know, the thing about this is,
I think I just stay here.
track is, they don't race that, you get around here in about 48 seconds. Cool. Yeah, you know, football field.